I hope you have nightmares about me.
Hey creeps, welcome back to another episode of Any Last Words. As always, I'm your host, Joe, and tonight we're going to be talking about urban legends you may not have heard. I can't say that you've never heard because some of you might have heard about these. But first, I got something in the mail over the weekend. I got some copies of my first issue of Any Last Words magazine. I'm super fucking stoked. You guys can get your own copy as well. The link's in the description below. Just look at it. Just so beautiful. The quality on these are really nice. Like, I was expecting these to be like thinner papers, but it's not. They're really thick. So and I just want to thank Michael Bayouth again so much for just giving you a rundown real quick to Michael Bayouth so much for being a huge part of the Any Last Words magazine. He came up with the nice the logos for it, and he also did the cover, and he is featured in it because he has a movie that he's working on. So, and if you don't know who Michael Bayouth is, you need to know who Michael Bayouth is. We watched a lot of him growing up. If you were a Disney kid, he even has stuff that he's doing now. He's worked on the new Exorcism or the Exorcist show. He's doing so much. He's doing a lot, but you need to check him out. He's amazing. Oh, thank you, Adam. I appreciate it. Yeah, Michael did an amazing job on it. I'm probably going to get him to do the second cover for me. Cause he's so awesome and nice. He always hits me up and he's like, hey, if you want, help on some more, let me know. And so I'm just so honored and I just feel very privileged to have somebody like him in my corner on this project. And I'm so very grateful to everybody who was a contributor, as far as interviews, or just, comments or, stories, whatever it is. I'm so very thankful to everybody who was a part of it. Hey, what's up, John? John was a part of it too. John was in it also. So, hey, Richard. Oh, wrong one. Hey, Richard. Thanks for joining. So yeah, that's it. If you guys haven't gotten an issue yet, like I said, the links, I gotta grab it again. The links in the description. Get yourself an issue of Any Last Words magazine. Links in the description. You'll get one. And if you order this one, like the hard copy, you get a free digital copy. Or if you don't want the hard copy, if you're more of a digital type of person, you can just buy the digital version. I think it's like $5 for the digital version, and you can have it forever. Next issue will be out in August, and then the big Halloween one will be out in October. So you guys keep an eye out for those as well. The new Lady of Horror. Ah, nice. Richard, my issue has been shipped. Awesome. It kind of tripped me out because it said 1 to 2 weeks for delivery once you order it. So I was like, damn, I gotta wait 2 weeks. But it didn't even take 2 weeks. I think it only took exactly a week. Like, I ordered it on a Saturday morning and I got it on like a Saturday afternoon. So it didn't quite take 2 weeks. Maybe it just depends on how far away you live from where they print them. I think they print them in Washington. So maybe it's up to 2 weeks if you're like in Canada or Mexico or somewhere else. I don't know. But it got here quicker than I thought. So, but thank you to everybody also who's ordered an issue. I really appreciate the support, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And there will be more of them. I'm gonna take a drink of my drink real quick, and then we're gonna get into some shit. I know I haven't really been live in a minute. I got my schedule down because I thrive on a schedule. Got my schedule down. We're gonna get back into this like normals. It's gonna be good. So, but tonight, we're going to be talking about 4 urban legends that you haven't heard of, or you might have heard of. I have not heard of these, so these were new to me. Let's see. The first one is the Goat Man of Maryland. I want to say I've heard of this. I think I might have seen like an indie film on it. I think that's why I've heard of it, but I've not heard the legend of the Goat Man. Now, this one that I'm talking about is in Maryland, but apparently there's also one in Texas and Kentucky, so maybe they're cousins, or I don't know. I really don't know. But It's a 7-foot-tall hybrid creature that attacks people in cars as well as animals and wildlife, shrieks like a goat, and carries an axe. And the legend behind this one is that it's believed to have been a scientist at the Beltsville Agricultural Research Center, and that he was doing research on, or he was doing experiments on goats, and then something went horribly wrong somehow or another. It doesn't really say. And that he became a hybrid goat man deal. Kind of like the Fly, I guess. Let's see. All Joe special issue. There wouldn't be much to put in there. Oh, you have a goat? Yeah, goat man in Texas. That's what I said. Maybe they're all like cousins or something. I don't know. Is yours the one with the bridge, Richard? Because I know you're in Texas. One of them has a bridge. It's like the demon, or damn it, it's like the Goatman Bridge. I was trying to look up some of these. I did this all today, so it's kind of rushed. But I did see one where it's something about a bridge and like the goat demon on the bridge. I don't think that's Maryland though. Anyway, because the story became so well known, the USDA came out and wanted to say, like, no, we didn't accidentally make a hybrid goat man creature. So that's, the United States Drug Administration. So we had like a government entity come out and say, no, we didn't do this. This isn't a thing. So, but because I'm not tinfoil hat wearer, that makes me think maybe you did because you came out and said something. I'm just saying. Hey, Miguel. Thanks for joining. Talking about some stuff you may or may not have heard of. It's an Argyle text. Oh, okay, cool. Huh. Very cool. Let's see. And the story peaked in 1971 when a dog in a neighborhood was somehow like mauled and killed, and people wanted to blame it on the goat man. So it really stirred back up again. And maybe that's about the time that the USDA came out and said, like, hey, we didn't do this, so it's not real. But like I said, that makes me want to think even more that they did do it. There are tons of Reddit users that have thrown out their eyewitness account stories of the goat man. Some seem very, very far-fetched. Some seem like, maybe there is a goat man. Who knows? I don't know. He'd be pretty fucking old at this point. That's all I know. But yeah, that's the goat man of Maryland. Maybe I'll look into the other ones later. I don't know if they're close in story or not. Like a scientist got into an accident, like a Fly situation, and made himself two things at once. The next one is, now this one I was kind of disappointed when I looked it up because it doesn't really focus too much on what the urban legend is, but I decided to write about it anyway. This one's called the Dog Boy of Arkansas. Now this one takes place at 65 Mulberry Street in Quitman, Arkansas. Population 740. So it's a very small town, but there was a home that was built, or this home, 65 Mulberry Street, was built in 1890. And at the time, it was considered to be one of the nicer homes in the area. Like, there was money put into this house. I think it was like a 5-bedroom house. It was pretty big. And the family who had built the home all died kind of in tragic ways. The mother died when she was about 28 years old. The son they had, as he grew up, he went off to World War II about 20 or 21 years old, and he died in World War II. I could not figure out how the father passed away, but the house ended up going through being sold, and then tenants kind of blah, 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 in the 1950s. So we're going to fast forward. In the 1950s, Floyd and Eileen Bettis moved in, and they didn't have any children at the time. They were kind of struggling to have kids, but in 1954, they welcomed their son, Gerald, into the world. Gerald was said to be a monster child, basically. He was very cruel. He was very vicious. He liked to torture animals, and he'd always get his hands on animals some way or another. He would always just get like a lot of dogs and cats. He enjoyed torturing them. So kind of sounds like he's on a serial killer path here. Just saying. Hey, Desi, thanks for joining. A bigger house than I can afford, right? With this economy, fuck. Be right back. Gotta go put it in order. You go put in that order, buddy. But yeah, so he was a monstrous child. He was mean, cruel, vicious, tortured animals. And when he became an adult, he still lived with his parents. He ended up being about 6'4" and 300 pounds. So this is the big boy. This big boy. And that's okay, because sometimes I like knowing my big boys. But when he became an adult and at that large size, he turned his cruelty to his parents. And they said that basically he kind of ran them to living upstairs. He would feed them when he wanted to feed them. He was just very abusive to them, very controlling of them. They were scared of him because he was so big and so vicious. It's so much to the point that they believe that he was involved in the death of his father. And eventually social services for adults came in and removed his mother from the home. Like, that's how bad it was. So he ended up with the nickname of Dog Boy just because he was just so mean and vicious. Later on, after his mother was removed from the home, he started growing pot. Well, he got busted for growing pot because this was at this time about the 70s, I want to say, late 70s. He was busted for pot, went to jail. Then his mother testified against him about the abuse that she had endured while she was living with him. And he ended up going to prison for both. And in 1988, while he was in prison, he actually died of a drug overdose, which is not anything weird or random, because that happens a lot in prisons. Things get smuggled in, things get made. It happens. So he died at about 34 years old while he was in prison of a drug overdose. Eileen still lived on till about 1995, and then she passed away. And when she passed away, the house went to her relatives. And that's when a lot of paranormal activity started being reported in the house. People started saying that pot legalized it. Yes. Did I find Hoffa or whatever? Yeah, we found Hoffa, man. He was in a fucking driveway. So, but yeah, so Eileen died in 1995. It went to her family. Then her family started reporting like paranormal activity. They ended off selling out the house to some other people. They started reporting paranormal activities, such as like pennies floating from the top of the stairs to the bottom of the stairs. People would see someone who looked like a World War II soldier looking in through the foyer windows. What else? Some paranormal investigators went in. I think they went in twice. And they reported that the temperature would always drop 10 to 15 degrees cooler than it was outside. But I say air conditioning. I'm just saying. And there were accounts of people feeling like they'd been touched by something that wasn't there, especially when somebody came into the home that the spirits didn't like. They'd kind of get messed with a little bit more. And that's all I found. I couldn't find anything about why the fucking house was about the dog boy. They just went into like the soldiers and shit. So let's see. Is this in Arkansas? Yes, this is in Arkansas. It's in Arkansas. So yeah, that one, I was a little disappointed because I guess I could have looked harder, but I was really trying to look at more of like, why are they focusing on the dog boy with this when there's other paranormal activity that's going on? Like the mother died at 28, and then the son died when he was 21 in World War II. And they talk about seeing the soldier in the foyer window. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. Maybe I could have looked a little harder. I don't know. We'll blame the White Claws. I don't know. Anyway, by the way, if you guys have any urban legends in your area that people may not know about, put them in the comments below so that other people can see them and go check them out. So I can go check them out too. Because I like hearing about some of this stuff. Some of the stuff does kind of creep me out. Some of it doesn't. This next one that I'm going to talk about creeps me out because I would actually like to go to this place. Now, this place is called Dead Children's Playground. It's also, that's what the people call it, but it's called Maple Hill Park. It's still open to this day. You can go to it. It's online. I looked on the online page and everything for it, but it's in Huntsville, Alabama. Currently, it's in a cemetery. It's kind of morbid. It's a child's playground in a cemetery. And the cemetery currently holds about 80,000 graves. And Huntsville, where this is located, was first incorporated in 1811, with a cemetery being constructed around 1822. So that's about I guess when the park was constructed as well. Excuse me. From 1900 to 1901, when mill owners, the town started populating more. So there was a bunch of mills that came to the town. It was giving more employment, which was bringing more people, which is a great thing. But the mill owners were encouraging the employment of children to work in the mills. And because of that, a lot of little lives were lost due to accidents. I mean, you've got 7 and 8-year-olds working in a damn mill. Come on, they can't even tie their damn shoes at this point. Half of them anyway. Anyway, excuse me. So a lot of children died in mill accidents. And then the 1918 Spanish influenza came through. And I think 400 people passed from the Spanish influenza, but a lot of them were children. They don't have an exact number on how many children, but quite a few of them were children. So at the time, a big chunk of the cemetery was populated by child graves. Yeah. So, currently a lot of people, and I guess in the past too, as well, I should say, a lot of people report swings moving on their own, seeing, flashing and floating orbs around parts of the playground in the cemetery park, and disembodied sounds of children laughing. Excuse me. And a majority of this activity takes place between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. Every time. I don't know who the fuck's going to a park after 10 o'clock at night. You're not supposed to be there. At least we're not supposed to be where we live. Let's see. The Goatman Bridge, the Screaming Bridge, now gone. Oh, Lizard Man. I'm sure there's probably a Squatch running around too. You should talk to my friend Lyle. He's a crypto guy. Ooh, that would be fun. Lizard Man. I want to see it, the Lizard Man. And Sass, because I love me some Sasquatch. I want to catch me a baby Sass. That's the only reason why I eat those damn, oh my God, what are those links? Those jerky things. They're not, they're not Slim Jims. Oh my God, what are they're sausage links. They're like a Slim Jim, but it's got the Sasquatch. I kind of like those. And I like looking at Sass's face even when he's angry. So that's the only reason why I eat them, really. Anyway, this last one, we kind of blew through these quick, but they're kind of short. So yes, Jack's Links. Thank you, Castillo. Thank you, Jack's Links. They're good. They're good, and I like Sass. Oh yes, thank you, Richard. Jack's Links. Now I want to go get some. I gotta go to the store here in a minute. I might go and grab me some. Anyway, this last one, I think it's pretty cool, and in a way, it kind of reminds me of a Scooby-Doo movie. No, you're right, Richard. This kind of reminds me of a Scooby-Doo movie. It really, really does. I don't know why, but maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys will see it once I read about it. This one is called The Night Marchers of Hawaii. Okay, so according to legend, the Night Marchers were ancient Hawaiian warriors. Today, their spirits roam different areas of the island, which were once battlefields. So it's kind of like how here in the U.S., or not in the U.S., it's part of the U.S., whatever. Here on the mainland, how, the Battle of Gettysburg, people say that, it's all, the battlefields are haunted. It's kind of like the same thing in Hawaii. They're just, ancient warriors that are they're roaming around for the next battle, basically. But people have reported to have come across the spirits of these warriors. And the legend has it that they're destined to roam until they find their next battle. And if you come across them, it's advised not to disturb them during their march. While they're marching, you have to stand absolutely still, quiet, and do not look at them, because if you look at them, you might die some way. And the only ones who are immune to it are ancestors of the warriors, basically. They're reported to have been seen and heard carrying torches and hitting like a battle drum, basically, for them. So yeah. I don't know. It just somehow or another, it just reminds me of a Scooby-Doo movie. So not the live action, but like the cartoon ones. For some reason, it just does. But I thought that one was really cool too. That's all there really is on it. It's kind of short. All these were kind of short. That's why I did 4. But yeah. So after this, I don't know. I kind of want to film it. I don't know. I probably won't, just because I'm just hungry. I went to, and this is totally off topic on tangent, but I went to the meat market the other day where they make their own gourmet sausages, and they made a hot Cheetos and cheese sausage. So I'm going to make that bad boy tonight, and I'm going to eat it. Maybe I'll just post a photo when it's done, and maybe my reaction eating it, not cooking it, because that's a bunch of bullshit. But I've been holding on to these things in the freezer the past couple of days. Hot Cheeto and cheese sausage. That's what I'm looking for. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Thanks for joining. I was showing off everybody your magazine I got to send off tomorrow. Because you get one. And then Wheels gets one as well. So I ordered a couple of them. So I'm going to send this off tomorrow. Because a lot of things were closed today for a holiday. So let's see. Eat it with the chips. Ugh. Why are you trying to make me ruin my dinner, Sean? Oh my gosh. I wish those things weren't discontinued, because I think a lot more people would probably jump on those if they weren't discontinued. You're welcome, and thank you for the chips. I appreciate it. All those chips were horrible. I think everybody got a kick out of me freaking out and gagging over them. Eat it with the 1 chip challenge. No, I'm good. Maybe I'll eat it with, I gotta open these before these expire, but my haunted ghost pepper chips, I like these a lot. They're so good. I think I eat a little less than 10 before I have to stop for a second. It was great. Oh my gosh. Oh, you still have one more box. Keep that box, because you never know. You never know. Might be able to auction it off, or maybe it'll be a special collector's item one day. I don't know. I'm not weirdo. So I did save eat it with the blowfish. You know what? The blowfish wasn't that, it wasn't good, but it wasn't like horrible. It came with 2 of the blowfish, so I did save the other blowfish on my shelf of collectibles and shit, because I'm weird and random, and I collect random snacks and toys. So that's my weird life. I have no children, so I can do what the fuck I want. Don't judge my life. I can judge it all you want. I don't care. But yeah. So, excuse me. So sorry. That was rude. Get bubbly White Claws, for white girls. But yeah. There's a couple of cryptids, whatever you want to call them, that I want to check out. I want to check out that lizard man, because I would believe there's a lizard man running around Texas somewhere. It's so damn hot. I would believe it. And I like the whole, the reptilian conspiracy deal. I don't believe that it's a thing, but it's fascinating to me. So who knows? Maybe there are hybrid lizard alien humans running around and we just don't know it. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe they've been here the whole time. But yeah, that's all I got for tonight, guys. So talk to Lyle. Yeah, for sure. I would love to talk to Lyle. Maybe have Lyle on an episode and we can just bat back and forth a different different urban legends and cryptids and shit. That would be fucking dope. I'd like to do that. I know it's not horror related, but technically it kind of is, because people take these urban legends and they turn them into indie horror films. So boom. So it was good to interact with you too, Richard. Yeah, like I said, I'm getting back on a schedule. I have to write the schedule out so that way I can keep myself on track. So what's that? Ghost pepper chips, cheese, and sausage. Should try that. Huh? Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah, maybe I'll put those together on I don't think I have any sausage buns. I'll just use bread. That's what we did when we were kids. I'll just use bread. Make it like a ghetto gourmet sausage thing with the chips in it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure something out. But yeah, that actually does kind of sound good. So, and I got a couple of them because I want to try one by itself and then take the other one and just make it not like regular, but like put some stuff on it. You know what I mean? So that way I get an idea. So, and hopefully they're not limited there. They probably are, because I think they make like, oh God, I think they make like 36 different gourmet sausages like there in the butcher shop. And they'll take a bunch and they'll package them by the pound and then stick them in their freezer section. Or you can just go up to the butcher block and like ask for them like fresh from that day. And they do change some of the flavors up a lot. I like their chili verde one. That one's fucking bomb. I put that one in my sausage stuffing for Thanksgiving. It's delicious. I love it. But yeah, you guys are making me more hungry now. Joe's always hungry. But yeah. All right. We're coming up at the 30-minute mark here, guys. Go get your issue of Any Last Words magazine. The link's in the description. Thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. You guys are fucking amazing. I need to get some more videos up for you guys because I kind of lack on that one too. I apologize so much, but I appreciate the continuous support. And to everybody who helped with the magazine. So, and to Sean. Sean's awesome too. Sean's supported in a lot of ways too, and I really appreciate that. Let's see, Richard. Chimichanga episode. Yeah, chimichanga's all right. They're all right. So, yes, I'll see you next time, guys. But yeah, make sure you guys follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I don't really get on Twitch, but it's on there too if you guys want to. If you guys are so inclined to become a Patreon supporter, the link is in the description as well. Other than that, go get yourself a fucking episode of the magazine, an issue of the magazine. I keep saying episode. I'm not used to the whole magazine transition yet, but I'll get there. So, let's see. Yes, exactly. Yes, we'll talk. But let's see. Sorry, my finger's in the way. I'm trying to get to the ads because the people who put ads in the magazine for the month, every time I go live, I'm going to post a little thing at the end here so you guys can see who's sponsored and go check them out if you haven't. But that's all I got to say. I love you guys so much. I will have another episode out Friday, and maybe I might randomly go live during the week. I'm not sure yet. But until then, I hope you have nightmares about me. Mwah.